There is a massive leadership deficit across multiple industries that is seriously affecting the quality of life that people lead. There is a saying that knowledge is power. And I've grown to believe that this is one of the biggest myths that has been taught in the 21st century.
10x Branding and Marketing LLC, powering the next generation of unicorns. At 10x B&M LLC, we specialize in market research, brand innovation, market integration, and client conversion optimization. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing the strategic insights and innovative solutions needed to accelerate growth and unlock your company's full potential. Whether you're a startup looking to attract investors and your ideal clients, or an established business ready for market expansion, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Let 10x Branding and Marketing LLC fuel your journey to exceptional business success. Contact us now for a free consultation on how we can position your business to become a unicorn.
And let me give you the reasons for my answer. What the research is showing is that you have multiple of persons, millions of people across the world that have exceptional knowledge about processes and systems. But having that knowledge divorced from the ability to apply that body of knowledge makes the knowledge futile. They say that knowledge is power, but I say that where you get your superpower is by applying that body of knowledge. But the ability to apply the body of knowledge, it is something that most people struggle with. You see, you can have knowledge for days and for weeks and for months and for years and for decades and for centuries, and it becomes lost knowledge, largely because the body of knowledge is not being used effectively. It's not being applied effectively to truly touch and transform people's lives. And that's a subject that I really want us to talk about today, because as a consultant, as a lecturer, as a teacher, as a mentor, as a coach, I'm seeing that you can invest your time, talent, and resources to transfer a body of knowledge to people. That knowledge may be transferred, but in the absence of the individuals being able to apply that body of knowledge, again, the knowledge becomes futile. And let me give a practical example of what we have observed in the classroom. As a business consultant, one of the things that we focus on a lot is helping the client to start and scale their business. The ability to start and scale your business the right way means that you must have the right information. So we have spent years researching what is considered to be vital information to jumpstart and leapfrog any business into success. For example, some of the things that we talk about, that if you're going to start and scale a business, it makes sense to ensure that you have done what we call the ideal client stress test. So there's an ideal client stress test ladder that helps you to really understand if the people that you're targeting are really your ideal client. So it carries you through a step-by-step approach that helps you to make a highly informed and educated decision as to why you're targeting this specific demographic. That program looks at things like how to create brand relevance. And you create brand relevance by looking at things like who's the ideal client, what are their specific needs, and then you ask yourself, do you have the ability to satisfy those needs and possibly exceed the needs, wants, and expectations of the ideal client? That's ladder one. But there's many more issues to be looked at in this regard. We move to the next step and we begin to ask yourself about what is the market viability? Because if you're going to start and scale a business, you want to know that that market is viable. And if you're not stress testing this, you're speculative. So there's a way in which you can predetermine market viability, and we bring you to look at things like market size, market density, and we unlock this market size, density, market dispersion. We look at things like, are you doing the SWOT analysis, the pest analysis, and the pest analysis? With this body of knowledge, you are in a much better position and strength to make better, smarter, wiser business decisions. So even at step two, a lot of information and knowledge is beginning to unlock and unfold here for you. So you are going to be in a much better position than the average person who is doing business that don't have this body of knowledge. The third step that we look at here is, are you able to access the ideal client? And as you begin to look at access, we look at multiple access points. There's local access, access, there is national access, there's regional access, and there's international access. Now, all of this is knowledge. The broader your access point is, the stronger your ability to access the market is what's going to set you up to really start and scale a successful brand. This is knowledge, but it takes work to apply this body of knowledge to achieve the end results. And that's why I start off this program by saying that we have a massive leadership deficit. You can have the knowledge, but if you don't have the leadership skills to come alongside that body of knowledge to help you to apply that body of knowledge, that knowledge is futile. So you have a clear example of what knowledge is. And what I'm going to attempt to do is to really help you to understand leadership in the context of business and leadership in the context in which it should be really understand. Knowledge is power, but application is where you get your superpower. So if you are focusing only on the knowledge because you're learning in the theory, not in the practice, it's going to undermine your ability to apply the body of knowledge to achieve your desired results. In this context, I want us to look at leadership for business. And as we begin to look at leadership for business success, there are 5 important concepts that I want to stand out in your mind. The first concept that I want you to consider is to look at leadership in the context of self and self-empowerment. And this is important because if you're leading a business or leading a brand or leading your life, if you do not understand self, lies a problem. Why? Because people never grow beyond their sense of self, and you can never evolve beyond your sense of self. As we look at leadership and self, it's important to understand yourself in the context of what is your sense of self, what is your sense of purpose, and what is your sense of direction. You see, one of the strangest things about it is that many persons you are placed into leadership position, and in recognizing that leadership ultimately rests and stands on the shoulder of your sense of self, we find that very often this is completely overlooked in the whole spectrum of leadership. So you may be placed into a position of leadership where you're managing a company. It might be a startup, you might be at middle management, you might be at leadership, at top management. And each of those units is not functioning the way it ought to function in your eyes and perhaps in the eyes of the public. And there's a reason why it is not functioning that way. It is largely a reflection of your sense of self. So as you begin to look at leadership, as you begin to look at business, as you begin to look at knowledge, you want to ensure that knowledge is always being lined up against these 5 types of leadership that I'm going to be talking about in the brief. You need to understand leadership and self. You want to put yourself in that position of strength where you believe in yourself, where you have the ability to apply yourself, where you have the confidence in yourself, and you can get out there and you can make things happen. Your sense of self is literally the ultimate player in your ability to lead and inspire and connect with people. And you want to ensure that you get this right. As time progresses, I will really talk to you how to master your sense of self. To master your sense of self, you need to understand the self-image theory. And the self-image theory is what really helps you to understand what impact the ideal self is having on you, and what impact the looking glass self is having on you, and what impact your self-image is having on you. And last but not least, you will be taught how to connect with the real self. Because when your sense of self reflects the real self, this is where, and here is where the magic begins to take place in your life, because your sense of self become anchored in truth, and your ability to accomplish more in life and in business becomes significantly enhanced. Leadership. Now, it's important also to understand leadership in the context of team dynamic, because any great leader who wants to start and scale a 7 or 9 figure business, you need to understand how to apply leadership to a team dynamic. That team dynamics may represent your strategic, tactical, and operational team, but you still need to understand how to lead in a manner that ensures that you're able to achieve the desired results from the team. You see, a team can give you the leverage, the lever that you need to significantly optimize your success, because in your team dynamics, you're going to have a knowledge pool once you select the team right. And that knowledge pool is what can help to push your vision forward. And this is an area of leadership that you really want to ensure that you're focusing on. All right. This is the application aspect of things. You want to know that you can apply yourself to build a healthy, productive team that is committed to the process of helping you to optimize the vision. The vision. The third element of leadership is leadership in the context of understanding who you're going to serve. Because leadership has to be aligned to servitude, service. And the more you understand about how to innovate products and services and how to align it to the needs, wants, and expectations of people, that in of itself is what's going to set you up to be successful. You're going to struggle in business and you're going to struggle in life because you're not taking the time to fully understand who you can best serve and who you can serve at the highest level, whose life you can touch and transform and make impact. So these are things that you need to understand. And I'm doing a high level overview. I'm not going into depths right now, but these are important concepts that you need to understand. Knowledge in isolation of this type of leadership, leadership for business success, your knowledge is going to be futile. You need to learn all of these things.
Pitch Deck 101 LLC, powering the next generation of unicorns. At Pitch Deck 101 LLC, we specialize in market research, brand innovation, market integration, and client conversion optimization. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing the strategic insights and innovative solutions needed to accelerate growth and unlock your company's full potential. Whether you're a startup looking to attract investors and your ideal clients, or an established business ready for market expansion, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Let Pitch Deck 101 LLC fuel your journey to exceptional business success. Contact us now for a free consultation on how we can position your business to become a unicorn.
But most importantly, you need to apply it. So leadership in the context of business success must be examined in 5 different contexts. I've given you 3. You also want to look at leadership in the context of public partnership. And why is this important? One of the things that we emphasize a lot in our training programs is that you fail because of relationship. And you need to foster relationship with critical stakeholders, with strategic stakeholders. This could be bankers. This could be private equity investors. This could be government officials. This could be mentors and coaches. This could be influencers. The leader or the people who are able to apply themselves to build healthy, productive relationships, people who are able to apply leadership in the context of public partnership are the business leaders that are most likely to be successful. But it's not enough to know this in a theory. You have to know this in practical. You have to apply this body of knowledge. And I want to emphasize this because I interface with students across the world. You have the knowledge, you know what to do, but many of you might be thinking that's beneath me to apply myself to build relationships. And some may say this is above me. People have different mindsets and different way of thinking. But whether you think it's below or above, the fact is that if you don't apply yourself to build healthy, productive relationship, that dreams and hopes and aspiration that you have for yourself to build, a 6 and 7 figure business is going to be significantly compromised because your sense of self is misinforming you. You see, your sense of self, which is one of the first concepts that I talk about, is doing 2 things. It is holding you back or it's pushing you forward. And you want to nurture your sense of self in such a way that all it does, it pushes you forward. And this is an area of leadership that you want to push yourself forward in. Now, so we have looked at leadership in 4 different contexts. Leadership and self. So do you understand your sense of self, your sense of purpose, and your sense of direction? We have looked at leadership in the context of team dynamic. We have looked at leadership in the context of knowing your ideal client and their specific needs and how to serve them. You need to do research, leadership. And we talk about leadership in the context of public partnership. You need to build healthy, productive relationship with the right people. And this is leadership. So if you have a business and you're not building your relationships at this ecosystem, you have a challenge. While I've established these 4 types of leadership, it's also important for you to understand leadership in the context of what we call the TOPAC, targeted performance outcome. And targeted performance outcome must be applied at each of the 4 areas of leadership that I've just identified. Leadership and self. What is your targeted performance outcome? All right. What is your targeted performance outcome? Leadership and team dynamics. What is your targeted performance outcome? You want to increase the efficiency of how the job is done. You want to up level the growth of the organization. You want to increase profitability. You use your team dynamic. Whatever is your targeted performance outcome, you need to know it. All right. You need to know it. Now, let me explain something here again. There is the concept and then there is the construct. You see, many persons, you have a concept of how to position yourself to be successful. You have a concept. You have a concept that I want to be wealthy, I want to be rich, I want to be successful, I want to have the most beautiful wife in the world. You have a concept, but a concept divorced from the construct, again, is futile. It's not enough to have a concept. The concept may be the knowledge of how to do something without having a clear understanding of what the construct is. And now in the context of construct, there's a couple of things that I'm talking about here. Now, construct means that you are clear about your targeted performance outcome. Your target performance outcome represents your hopes and your dreams and your aspiration. You're clear about this. And it means more than this. It also means that you're clear about what you want to accomplish and you know exactly how to accomplish it. You have a method of approach that you're going to be using to accomplish that. And that method of approach that you're going to be using is based on science. It is based on proven theory, and it is based on best practices. All right. It is based on science. Science always gives you the facts. It is based on proven theory. It gives you the proven theory, and because you have proven theory, you're able to apply best practices. This is the type of a leader that you want to nurture, master, apply to position yourself for greatness in business and in life. Construct also gives you method in the context of it gives you the high reward because you have the science, the proven theory, and the best practices. You get the high reward. Whatever you want to accomplish, you get it. You get measurable results. You can measure the results that you are getting. You can predict what you want and measure your action towards achieving that. You can get predictable outcome because science, proven theory, best practices, and you can get predictable outcome with the highest degree of accuracy. And this is what happens when you bring a concept to match and correspond with the right construct. The construct is the method, the constructive approach that you can use, you should use to achieve an end result. It's like saying concept is the knowledge. This is the knowledge, but the construct is the things that I need to do, the things that I must do, the things that I will do, regardless of how tough it might appear to achieve a desired end result. And I'm going to give you some tips as I begin to wrap up today's program. A lot that I'm saying here today may or may not be above you, but in the case that it is a little above you or way above you, it makes a lot of sense to recognize that you don't have to do this all on your own. You can get a mentor that can guide your steps along this path to help you to understand that knowledge is important, but knowledge that is not applied is not going to serve your best interest or anyone's best interest. You do not want to be in a position to be a great mind on financial intelligence, but then you have the knowledge and you're living in poverty because you're not applying the body of knowledge. And you're not applying the body of knowledge because your sense of self, your sense of purpose, and your sense of direction is all messed up. You got to fix that. That's an area of leadership in your life that needs to be fixed. You understand financial intelligence, but then you don't have the right team dynamics to help you to deploy this body of knowledge to achieve the objective. You have you have the body of knowledge, but then you haven't aligned this body of knowledge to the specific target audience, the people that have specific needs, wants, and expectations. You haven't aligned your body of knowledge to people's pain point. You see, you could have this body of knowledge, but you need to know who are the consumers. And that's an area of leadership that needs to be understood way beyond the theory. You need to understand the practical concept of all of this. You may have the body of knowledge, but then you're not building the relationship with the public figures. You're not building public-private partnership to support you to move that vision forward. You're not applying leadership in the context in which it can be applied to leapfrog the growth of your business, to leapfrog the concept. Your construct has to be right. And again, you don't have clear targeted performance outcomes. So when you get the right mentor, the right coach, the right sponsors, the right supportive community on your side, they're the ones that are able to help you to navigate this body of knowledge where you can now apply this body of knowledge, or they can show you how to apply it. You see, the beauty of application is that when you're you're in a position of leadership, you can build a team. And that's why we're talking about a team, because what a team allows you to do, it allows you to delegate. So based on the 20/80 rule, you're focusing on the 20% of the project that is highly important. And you're delegating the 80% that can be delegated to competent people that sees the importance of what is being delegated to them. That allows you to free up time, and that allows you to align your skill set to where you can best serve people's interests. Your skill set might be a teacher, a lecturer, a mentor, a coach, but you have never done marketing, you've never done public relations, you have never done debt mitigation, but you want to serve people through your company in these areas. So you attract, you bring in the best, brightest minds to your operation. You delegate those responsibilities to achieve an end results. So there's a lot to unpack here. But in conclusion, I want to say this. Knowledge is power, but power is futile, divorced from application. You don't want to be knowledgeable about sales communication process and never apply sale in a way to position yourself to build wealth and to earn money when you sleep. Because when you're a master at sales communication, when you have this body of knowledge, you should have some understanding of how to make money when you sleep. You don't want to be a walking encyclopedia on debt mitigation and you're deep in debt without clear targeted performance outcome. You see, there's nothing wrong with debt, but if that debt is consuming you, that's bad. If the debt is up leveling you, that's super good. So it's how you leverage debt, and the knowledge divorced from the application is futile. So I'm really trusting that you take away a lot from this program today. Knowledge is power, but the application of knowledge is where you get your superpower, and you get your superpower in leadership. The application represents leadership. I've given you 5 areas of leadership that you should focus on. And we've also talked about concept must be corresponding with the right construct. With that being said, I want to say do have a great rest of the day. In the event that you need more information, feel free to reach out to us. I'll be happy to point you in the direction where our community can really give you the support that you need to grow. Now, in conclusion, I want to also say this. We help businesses to access capital. We help businesses to get set up in the US. We help businesses in many different ways. So I want to encourage you to go to the description of this video, and you will see a number of our affiliate partners. And I want to encourage you to just press on those links and take some time and study what our affiliate partners can do to help you to access capital, to help you to build out proper financial management systems and all of this. Spend some time learning them and do connect with them. As time progresses, I will do a more detailed analysis of how each of my affiliate partners can help you achieve your business objective. Be blessed and see you in the next broadcast.
Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York. Do more than just support our clients to pitch their businesses to investors access working capital at 0% APR. We also support our clients to grow and scale their businesses faster and cash flow optimize. Pitch Deck 101 LLC recent partnership with 10X Branding Marketing LLC and Global Capital Inc. out of the USA has enabled us to form unique partnership with multiple financial institutions, which means we can do even more to accelerate the success of our clients. Let Pitch Deck 101 LLC give you the support you need to pitch to investors, access capital, access new markets, and grow and scale your business. Contact us now on 332-235-1099 for a free consultation.